Yo! I'm sorry about that, y'all. Me and KB conversation went a little too long. I had to get this stuff off. I forgot to talk to KB for a while now. So, welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Now, as you heard today, Shannon Sharpe and Colin Cowherd are in business together. And you might be saying, well, what business are you talking about? Well, they signed a deal. And the club Shay is coming to the value. That's right. Boom. There they go. Club Shay is coming to the volume. Now, today is the first time a lot of you even knew the volume was owned by Colin Cowherd. Because a lot of you have not been listening to me. Because had you been listening to me, you'd already know. You already know, sir. You already know. You would already know. Now, you might say, when they did this whole breakdown, like this was not one of the teams, I mean, not the team, but one of the companies or brands that you would even put together. Like you would look at it and say, that doesn't make any sense. Why would he choose the volume? Like, where do they come from? What was that about? That don't even make sense. There's a reason. You know how people say there's method in the madness? You ever hear that when people say, "Oh, there's method to this madness"? That don't make sense. Why didn't he go with FanDuel? FanDuel had a very impressive offer that was more financially. It was more financially standing. That people would jump right at the deal. You know, yeah. Well, I hear what y'all saying, but y'all gotta understand something. When we talk about financially standing, we're talking about a deal that's in place that is like the money is all up front. You see what I'm saying? When the money's up front like that, it's a whole new ball game. When people see money up front, they don't know how to act really. They, oh God, money, and they jump right at the money, and they don't really understand all that's like happening or transpiring. They jump at the dollar sign. So Shannon Sharpe made his decision last night and decided to share it with the rest of the world. But when people see money, they normally they start looking at it and taking it up front at face value rather than where it's supposed to be or where it should stand out at. For instance, money makes the world go crazy, but Shannon Sharpe has a smart team around him. And I guess he's been around the business enough and been around the block. He knows not to jump at the most attractive offer when the key details of what you're missing is right there. Yes, Draymond Green show is on the volume. Now you might be saying, man, Draymond show is kind of bland. You know, it's kind of like Draymond sitting there talking with a camera in his face, right? And they put it out on the volume. Now, here's what you might be missing with what's happening there. So we're going to explain all this to you so you can have it laid out to you in the perfect format. A lot of things that's been transpiring is not moving at all. I'm serious. It's just not moving. Tomorrow, Shannon Sharpe is going to make another announcement. That one might be an ESPN announcement. So he's got two announcements coming in a row. This was the first one. Tomorrow, the ESPN announcement of him joining First Take for how many days or whatever it is he's going to do. That should be announced tomorrow. Yeah, so it went down like this today.
You have good news for me? I do. I have great news for you. We're in business together, bro. I decided to bring Club Shay over and part you. Went back and forth into this, but I felt right now the volume was the best place for me.
Well, first of all, I have goosebumps. Okay, this is a lot for me. I feel like I landed Peyton Manning in Denver.
The most important thing, and to be the best possible person I can be. But I am very, very excited to know that Club Shay is partnered with the volume.
We are in a partnership.
Yes.
Together. As you grow, we grow.
Yes.
And I'm so happy. I can't even.
The thing that really sold me was the partnership. And so now that we're partners, we're in business together, let's go do great things, bro.
There we go.
Now, that's what he said. Now, here's the thing. He said key word there, right? And what was that key word? Partnership. That was the key word. The key word there was partnership. Now, why was that so important, ladies and gentlemen? The reason why a partnership and what he mentioned and how he mentioned it was so important was because of the fact that they didn't have a partnership. They weren't offering that. See, people that basically going to be working, and that was going to be the case. See, the partnership is more important. So you're not going to get more upfront money, but what you're going to get is more value. Now, when you know, so he's betting on himself, like, look, my show, Club Shay, people love that. That's going to be huge. It's already huge. So I'm betting on myself. And that's what a lot of people don't do now. They bet on the company to promote them. Stephen A. You took because you try to act like you a boss and you ain't a boss. You're not a partner with FanDuel. You're not. You're they own all this other stuff and they get a piece of it. No. Cowherd is owning his deal. He got his own network. The volume and his money on. He's making all of his money on Fox, and now he got his thing, the volume, making money on the side with his team that he has in place. But it goes deeper than that. Everybody know Colin Cowherd is just the face of the volume. He's not just an owner. He has people that is partners with him on this. People that support it. People that's helped moving the volume along. Who could that be? Who are these people? So think about it. Cowherd, Draymond Green, Shannon Sharpe. That's a heck of a list, ain't it? Yes. But I tell you what, the one common denominator, the silent partner of the value, LeBron Ramon James. Quarter of the value. Now you're starting to see the real bigger picture, ain't you? Oh, yeah. Now y'all starting to see the real big picture. Draymond Green. Why would Draymond Green come here? Shannon Sharpe. Because they were told to. Now, this is a good idea. It's a good thing for them. Don't think for them. Well, he ain't got a white zaddy, but they're partners. So that means all the responsibility is more on you. So if you're LeBron James and you're a supporter of the volume, what don't you see why Colin Cowherd always kisses up to LeBron James when he's working on Fox? You don't think this plays into it? Shannon Sharpe, they're all on the volume now. Who's the common denominator that they all have in common? LeBron James. Y'all got to start putting this thing together, man. I'm just saying. I mean, it's laid out for you. The plan is. They laid it all out for you. Agenda driven, pretty much. What does this mean for the rest of the world? Shay Media and the Volume are teaming up. Now, LeBron James and Colin Cowherd name is not going to pop up because if you do, so you're not going to see LeBron James' name associated there. All you're going to see is the fact that, oh, we're just partnering with them and other platform to be able to, Charlemagne, like he got the black effect, right? I got 51% ownership. So what his partnership is he's getting a piece of all these black, and he's built them making any money off of it. iHeart Radio dictates what shows come over and how things are going to be paid off, and they have no financial, like they have no responsibility. The decision, the 51% is so that all the blame of anything that goes wrong is on Charlemagne's lap. Now, these shows are normally backed by financial gaming companies. Like Bar, they're going to run over there and do a deal that now has one of the biggest faces on FanDuel. See, a lot of people be like, man, uh, he didn't have a lot of support in helping out at FanDuel as he thought. A lot of it was, so when he went to ESPN, they have more of a staff to help him out. So with a lot of less headache. You see, me, I have to do everything on my own. I handle everything. So the fact that I handle everything, yeah, I get the bulk of everything that's happening here, but yeah, people are playing with my internet. They're trying to screw the whole thing up. Here, I'm gonna step out and step back in and see if that helps. All right, let's see what happens now. Well, it just did it again. Don't know what's going on here, but Sabotage, baby. Good old-fashioned sabotage. They never get enough of it, do it? Now, when everybody set out to go and do their own podcast things, the first thing people have to do is to see if they have a staff. If you don't have a staff, then that's the case. Cameron and Mace, they have their own staff. They pay their own people. Cameron say, I pay for everything, so yo, you see the people right there? This is a real studio, B. It's a real studio. We ain't sitting in the barber shop. We ain't sitting in the alley or the garage. This is a real studio. Yo, I paid for all of this. What you did? And they got the Mace once again getting it done. I'm all in. Hey, look at this. Remember when I was telling y'all about Agent Zero and his podcast? Right? Remember I was telling y'all when we did the interview with Agent Zero, and he was came in the same time as Agent Zero's podcast, right? The same time, and they get a big monster deal. And those dudes has been there the same time, and all they getting is a pat on. You know why? It's because one has real traffic. Real people are there. Real people engage with the show. Bad show. It's a bad show. But shouts out to Killer and Mace for doing their deal. They went and got a great deal with Underdog. Now they get to pay their staff for themselves, and everybody they got the home run ball, and now they just got to deliver, and they can get even more when it's time to re-up again. So it's nobody knows the particulars, but for them to get the big publicity is good publicity for Underdog Fantasy, who's not really considered one of the giants in the sports betting field, and now they come in with all this money behind it, and hey, that's cool. Supporting, and not that dog crap show that we ain't gonna say what the show name is, but I think we all know what show that is. Where they just whenever your plan is, we just gonna say hot takes so it can get trending on social media, then you really ain't got nothing. But kudos to that show for the interview. It was the best one they've ever done. One, the co-host didn't have a laptop in his lap, reading questions off the laptop, and became the biggest thing in there. Two biggest qualities that needed to happen: let the guests talk, shut the F up, no laptop, and the show was better. Best episode they ever did. Best interview rather they have ever done. What's up, Twizzo? Let's get back to this. Now, tomorrow, Shannon should be announcing his ESPN deal. Well, this is not about money. This is about ownership. You see, when you own something, it's a whole different appeal than when you don't own something. Now, when you have a partnership, an agreement to a partnership, that means you grow as they grow. Now, I did an interview with Agent Zero right here on this page. They don't even have their own background page or whatever. They used his channel for the podcast show. So they're using his channel for the show that they're promoting. They own it. And they're paying them the money to run. So what Shannon Sharpe has done is taken less money up front for more ownership and saying that Shay Media is going to partner with the volume. Teaming up to do what's right. Rather than taking the big money up front and you have no ownership. You have no control. You feel me? Club Shay and the volume. Boom, boom. Right there. Big and bold as ever. Yeah, he's been around the block. So he knows, hey, it's better for me if I'm to go ahead and ask questions and know what the verbiage should look like. I'm not going to come on ESPN if they're going to tell me I can't be Uncle Shannon. I can't have my, this ain't going to pop. Oh, no, Brick don't take the money. See, Brick got daddy issues. That's why you don't own your position. Well, Disney owns ESPN. But what if I told you Disney might not own ESPN anymore? This new gambling deal with ESPN Bet could sabotage a lot of relationships. Mhm. Yeah, it's all about these relationships that you have in the business. That's what keeps you around. Apple might buy ESPN. Apple is looking to buy the position from Disney. Disney's not really cool with this perception that they got with the gambling. That, that they got ESPN. So Disney might. Absolutely. They're trying to sabotage it all. Mm-hmm. Of course they messing with the live stream because they already know what time it is. You see, when you mess with the live stream, you already know what's really going on here. Yeah, I'm gonna try to fix it one more time. Okay. How we doing now? I'm not seeing a lot of chopping. Good. It's a delay. Yep, there it goes. But it's a delay. Everybody wants LeBron James to retire. Especially if you're in the league, you just know this guy's in the way. It's like he's not a guy that could dominate the game and take it over anymore. He's not that guy. They've changed all the rules to try to keep him around. Here's the thing that's gonna hurt everything, and is that if you keep pampering and pandering to this guy, this is only gonna get worse. You're destroying your league by doing this. Yeah, it's completely sad. Okay, now we use this camera. Boom. There we go. Let's see if it fixes now. Oh, there they go. Yeah, exactly. AD is working on his game, lifting weights, and all the real players is, and LeBron is out partying with Drake. That, it's good to see Bronny go out, and do that, but it's like this dude's the clown show of the NBA. He's always been. Yeah, they messing with the stream hard, but all they do is make things better. All y'all do is make the show better. Every time y'all come with some interference, we come with that real spiel. Yeah, Cino come with that real spiel. Right. We get better. Every time they come with sabotage in their eyes, we come better. Hologram Cino, baby. That's right. We back on point. We got the saboteurs out of here. Now let's get to it. So LeBron James is secretly behind the value. Woo! Baby, they coming with it, ain't they? Man, they got guns blazing. My goodness. The hell y'all doing? Yeah, they serious, boy. They gone to wombat attack mode. But we still ticking, baby. Like a time bomb. Tick, 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 tick. We ain't going nowhere. Sabotage City. Now, like I was saying, hit the like button, subscribe to the page, join the Patreon. My Cash App is Carcino. This is why I say that the more y'all support, the more they can't stop it. See, the more y'all support, the more they can't fight it, they can't stop it, ain't nothing they can do. Yeah, they did. Swiper, no swiping, baby. They came right through. That's what it looked like on the Cash App. No, Colin Cowherd has a partner behind the scenes, and everyone believes and knows it's LeBron James. This is why Draymond went there. This is why Shannon Sharpe went there. And I'm exposing too much of the business. See, if I'm just a guy that's sitting on the couch and what I'm saying don't mean anything, right? If what I'm saying don't mean anything, Why are they messing with my stream? Why go through the case? Why go through all the red tape? What would you care? Right, Twizzle. Now you see the connection. Why do you think Colin Cowherd always seems to have LeBron's back in everything? LeBron can do no wrong. He'll never go against LeBron. This is how you know what you're saying is real, because they pay attention to it and try to sabotage you. This right here is an example, people, of how they know, or how you know what you're saying is real. Of course, Clutch Sports is behind the volume. Everybody who can't see it should know. Shannon Sharpe came over there and turned her down a more lucrative deal from FanDuel, and he had other offers. The volume deal wasn't as lucrative, but it had more value. Especially, it's more betting on yourself. You know, LeBron cheap. He ain't finna put up no money. But no, this is about them betting on yourself. So it's actually the better deal. Shannon Sharpe did the right thing. It's actually better for him. Man. I know, right? I can't stand Colin Cowherd sometimes. I know. Whenever he has a basketball take, he'll make a take that's so stupid. Then he'll change it and make it sound like he never made it. One week he said, Justin Fields, he is a YouTube quarterback. He's 5-20. He's not good. He's the worst quarterback in the NFL. After preseason game, wow, I've seen some improvement in Justin Fields. I think he's finally growing up. He's improving now. One preseason game just 2 weeks after you just said he's a radio guy. Radio guys have this persona where they're to keep you engaged or to wake you up, to say something to joust you, like a hot take. That statement about Fields is just so ludicrous to make that assumption when, okay, he almost think he broke the record for rushing yards for a quarterback. Yeah, there's room for improvement, but it must be something there if they kept him around. I think he needs about a year or two of developing, but they're developing him on the fly. Jalen Hurts is the only reason Justin Fields and still has a job, or Jordan Love and all these other guys. Jordan Love had 3-4 years, if not longer, behind Aaron Rodgers to learn and get better. He didn't jump right into the fire. They threw Fields in right away. This is like his third season, really his second real season of playing football. So to say, well, he can't get better, or maybe he could, you never know. You look at Mitch Trubisky. They had to fire everybody that hired him as a quarterback because at North Carolina, they didn't really play enough teams that would be for that level of play. And you were in the top 3 in the draft. They only drafted him because they wanted to prove that they were right, but they didn't have to trade up to get Mitch Trubisky. If you were going to draft Mitch Trubisky, you could have traded lower than that and got way more picks. They effed up that draft that had Patrick Mahomes, Watson. All of these things were happening in college football. You had all of these great quarterbacks coming out, and you don't even get any of them. You take Mitch Trubisky. And unfair to Mitch, he was put in a situation he never wanted to be in. Mitch was a bum. No, he wasn't a bum. He just was. You got to understand, Mitch Trubisky, they were really on their way to the Super Bowl one year with Mitch. The Bears kicker did the double doink. If they win that game, they're going to the Super Bowl. The Bears had the Eagles beat. They should have never lost that game. Mitch actually played a decent game. He got them down there in field goal range, but the coaching staff decided to play losing football. Let's play for a field goal instead of let's go out and try to win the game. So it's like, look, if this is the direction we're going in, then we're basically setting ourselves up for disaster. No, I feel that people don't understand how they don't understand how difficult it is when you're in a position that other people don't want you to be in. Is a very difficult position for yourself. when other people are trying to hold you down and discredit you, take your accomplishments away from you. This comes out, and it's alarming at times, the type of things that come out. Who? Shannon Sharpe? Shannon Sharpe is going to bring Club Shay. It's not going to be Uncle Shannon. He's going to be doing his interviews the same way you saw it on YouTube prior. Club Shay is now, instead of using Fox Studios to do the programming, he's actually going to bring the programming to Fresh and Fit. I'm going to talk about them on the Patreon, because I don't want to get in any trouble here. So Fresh and Fit will be talked about in a very free form way. Well, there's a lot of people who come up with different analogies, different situations altogether. I'm not worried about like their content because I don't watch trash. I don't have a lot of time, period. Somebody was like, oh, they had 1.4 million, whatever. I don't really watch trash. I don't have a lot of time. There's 24 hours in a day. I'm spending the majority of my time making content for the people that want to see me make content. So on the Patreon, I'll deal with them over there. Because other than that, I don't think I want to even get to discussing them right now. There was a saying that other people used to say to get other people in trouble. If you look at Shannon Sharpe's show, Club Shay, all the guests that wouldn't be dare go on Skip Bayless's show. Like Magic Johnson would never go there. Like he would never appear on Club Shay. And the reason that he would never appear on Club Shay is simple. Club Shay was never the show it was meant to be. So him going to ESPN is going to be his next announcement he's going to make tomorrow. We already know that's coming. They finally got the details finalized that he wanted the contract to say, because Shannon's not stupid. He's not going to just jump up and run into something, just because they waived some money. But Shannon is he's pro LeBron. Colin is pro LeBron. And now Okay, who would have the better show? Skip Bayless or that's hard to say. That is hard to say who would have a better show. What's up?
What's up, Cino?
What's good?
Man, just this hearing this. Oh, hold on one second, man. Just hearing this the news with Shannon.
Mm-hmm.
I was surprised by that and him to sign with Volume, but the way you broke it down, it all makes sense now.
Mm-hmm.
But so you think he going to sign with ESPN and go with First Take, or he's going to probably have his own show?
Well, I think they're gonna be moving him because he's signing a deal with ESPN, not just
Mm-hmm.
for him to go to First Take. So he'll have his own sports show, or he'll be on his own show, which includes a bunch of other people where they talk about football and sports. It's not gonna be a debate show, I don't think. And he might be allowed to come on First Take to talk football on like Mondays and Tuesdays, whichever day they have it set up. But he might be doing 2 days, 3 days on First Take because the longer he's on that show with Stephen A, the more Stephen A becomes more insignificant because Shannon Sharpe will dwarf him on the show. And
Yeah.
especially if it's a debate show, he can't debate with Shannon Sharpe at all. Stephen A. Smith thing is let me overtalk you and talk. If I talk the majority of the time, I'm right. I've seen people win conversations with saying like 3 words. I don't care.
Yeah, yeah, because what he does is just the antics is just like how he was earlier about Lonzo Ball, like he didn't make no point, and then even him speaking on Lonzo Ball, like Stephen A forgot that he said something. He spoke on his sources saying something about Lonzo Ball not being able to sit right or sit down, something like that, but he didn't even speak on that. He just said, oh, so you should be playing. You healthy. You should be playing basketball. You should be playing it. Like, what was your point, man? You criticized the man with your fake sources, and then he called you out. It's the fact that a lot of people laughed at the fact that he's a liar. And when one thing about things to catch on the internet, people get to see it, and then people get to see what we've been seeing with Stephen A. So he's one of those types. Yeah, he's gonna make First Take. If Shannon was to go on there, he's definitely going to make him want to debate. And like you saying, like you think that's in his contract from Fox Sports to not been on another debate show. So is that like within that same year, or it's like throughout his contract until it's over?
Yeah.
You want to hear with Fox Sports? Can he not be on a debate show on ESPN or any other show, or is just
We don't know how he might have given money back just to get out. Because normally you have when you agree to a buyout, Fox gets something and you get something out of it. So it depends on what they wanted to do to buy him out the rest of his contract, because they had to pretty much allow him to take Club Shay with him, or because I think they owned a part of it or they had a partnership. However, how he had it structured, it was filmed on their studio lot. So now, if they take the studio, which is the course, he's going to take it with him. which means Shay Media owns Club Shay. So now Club Shay is working with Colin Cowherd, who's also on Fox, and he knows he has the facility space to help Shannon Sharpe get everything he needs out. And they have a partnership. Now, Shannon is responsible for his own staff. He's going to be responsible for that. Now, the distribution and how any help that he needs from Colin and the volume, that's where they will come in and help and assist him in those areas where he didn't have that before, where he had to be more hands-on. You're still going to have a lot of work on your hands if you're Shannon Sharpe. And now the real money before, you're building up Club Shay, which is going to bring you some money, but because you own it, as you grow, they grow with you, your partnership. So it's not like one side eating off you no matter what. And that's kind of like Shannon Sharpe. Stephen A. Smith, he just takes the money.
Right.
Stephen A. Smith just takes the money. That's just it.
Okay, I understand. Because similar to what Colin Cowherd did with his show was it originally on ESPN? The first show that he had was that.
He was on radio, and he went to ESPN, and he said something on the show they didn't like or whatever. Got in trouble for it, came back, and then eventually ended up. Everybody, it was like a fire sale. Fox started opening up the banks, and everybody came over there. Rashard, anybody got in trouble on ESPN, they was all cool on Fox. So you see that Michael Irvin got in trouble over there. Oh, come on over here, Mike.
Yeah, kind of like that wrestling, kind of like the wrestling, how WWE was with WCW and stuff like that. Like
all of them came over. So Fox had just took everybody that was on ESPN and brought them to Fox.
It makes sense because everybody that's over there on Fox Sports were either had a show or they was part of a show that's now over there. There was, I remember Marcellus Wiley. I don't know if he had a show. Did he have a show with Max or they had a radio show?
They had a show on ESPN.
Oh, okay.
They was on radio too. So they both did the radio show, then they were on television. So they both had their show over there, and they think it was Pardon the Interruption or something like that. And then that came over to Speak for Yourself when they came to Fox, when he was working with Wilburn. Wilburn was over there too. They all do that. They lead and come back. They lead and come back. And Wilburn, they just had to get him out of there. Whitlock. Get him out of there.
He was real sellout. But what's the other thing I wanted to bring up? I had noticed that Cameron and Mace signed a contract with I don't know if is it a company like FanDuel, like a betting company.
FanDuel. It's Underdog Fantasy. Underdog Fantasy. That's Agent Zero signed with. So they just came out of nowhere, and then they just start throwing money around. So the thing about them though is they normally don't partner with too many people. They normally have the IP address. They normally use your platform. They say, okay, you got a platform already. You have that. We'll help you out with this portion of it. Like we'll help promote and distribute your channels and all this, and we'll boost you all the way up, boost you to the moon. Now, they've been doing that already with another podcast that Agent Zero's on, and they ain't getting no big daddy bag. And it was like, well, why is that? Because they're providing the facility. They're providing the staff, the people that work there. That's all basically their people. So, it is what it is. But, hey, down the road, maybe much success to them guys, Hopefully
because I was saying Cameron kind of take the political approach when they had asked him about ESPN. They was asking him about Malika. That's what made me think. That's why I asked you that, because I know we was just talking about Malika Andrews last week, but Cameron took the political correct way of not really going in on it, and then all of a sudden, maybe a month go by. Now you got this contract. So I was just thinking, like, maybe he just like trying to get this deal done because
stupid. They go hard on stuff they can go hard on. Like he can't go hard on Andrews, and they're listed as a sports website. Because if he goes hard on Malika Andrews and starts saying something like calling her out her name, that's gonna cause some waves. And now you got all of these situations like rearing his head. You got Colin Cowherd out here. Yeah. And they doing what they doing. It's a whole new reality. And now you got Shannon Sharpe coming back, and him and his daughter, he's finna start showcasing her more. And that's why he's bringing her around and got his daughter out there for the first time. Like we saw her for the first time when he was leaving Undisputed, brought his daughter up. And next thing you know, Boo Thang is out the way, and now it's just him and the daughter. Because everybody, this ain't a good look. Who is this thing you got flopping around you? What's going on, Uncle Shannon? And he's at all the Laker games with old Boo Thang everywhere. It's like, no, your stylist is supposed to be at home. He dropped the suits off and he leave. What the hell?
You was man. Yo. You know what's funny to me that I think about it? Like Cameron and them been getting on a lot of people. One person he haven't got on is Shannon Sharpe and him with his little boy toy that he got with him. And I was like, people was in the comment section. I forgot. Cameron had posted something about Shannon Sharpe when he left Skip, when he left the show Undisputed. But I know you see in his comment section. Like, come on, Cameron. I know you see these people comment like, man, why you ain't spoke on how Shannon be having his little boy toy, his little, you know what I'm saying, his little thing with him, man. And I noticed like Cameron been he'll get on everybody else. Or somebody like pause, you know what I'm saying? Pause moment right here. He talked about, what's his name? Jalen Green. But I was like, why he ain't talking about Shannon Sharpe, man? What's going on, man? What's the deal with this one, man? I don't know if he got some type of connection because he kind of called LeBron. I don't know if you saw that video that he posted. That was hilarious. He posted LeBron did a commercial when he had some tights on and a wig on. And Cameron was talking about that. That was funny. I was like, whoa.
That clip has got back viral again. And that's what kills me. When I see that, I'd be like, man, like now this thing is back viral. This is old. That's when he was on Saturday Night Live. Whenever you come on Saturday Night Live, they seem to have a skit.
Oh, okay.
Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
Like he dressed up as a grandma. He put on a wig and he was waving, but that was for a Nike commercial. But that was about it. But the thing is he was doing like a solid gold thing with the Jerry curl thing, like, and he's doing some solid gold, and like LeBron was all into it, like, because this is stuff he does all the time. Like people don't know that about LeBron is he's a big gigantic goofy.
Yeah.
Like if you met LeBron for the first time, he want to try to make you laugh. I know people that met LeBron, know LeBron, and they all from the beginning try to say, man, dog, you just so wrong about Bron, man. If I get y'all in the room together, man, I swear y'all would be best friends. I just know it. This was like back in 2016. I'm like, I don't want to be his effing friend. I don't need him. I don't want to be friends with Bron.
Yeah, because you have done great breakdowns of LeBron, and I remember it was another live you was speaking on somebody telling you about LeBron, and you was like, you know what I'm saying, but you was saying that he know that you got a good understanding of who he is, like the narcissist. Like it was funny, like how you did a breakdown on him. But I don't think LeBron is a bad guy. He's just a person that just want to control the narrative. Which is it's the weirdest thing because
he's a bad guy now.
Look, everybody got some good, some bad. I'm not at all a LeBron fan. I was just saying, like, I don't think he like the worst, one of the worst, but LeBron just try to control the narrative. He care about what people say about him, just like Stephen A. Smith, like he go all out his way to be more expressive of what he thinks. LeBron be more behind the scenes of, you know what I'm saying, trying to control things and trying to get people fired. And that's the wackest thing in the world because,
Yeah,
like, why you can't control what everybody say? Like Isaiah, you made me really rock with Zeke even more because of everything that you was bringing. I was like, damn, I ain't never know because I was so young. But I was like, damn, like Carcino, you right, man. Like Zeke cannot control what the media say about him, but one thing he do, he got real solid people, and he can speak for himself when he do get a chance.
you right. That is the truth because the thing is that once the Last Dance came out, that's when most of the young people got to see about the Pistons and all that. So when he was going back and forth with Mike, you know, and the fact that he ain't letting it go this time. Like normally Zeke ain't say nothing. They was just letting it ride. This time he ain't letting it ride. And they was like, oh, Zeke is talking back. Like when he came back the next day on the air, I said, oh man, because Zeke normally just stay quiet and then approach you.
Yeah.
Like he had to talk to CP3, man, and you know, CP3 for the first time, he didn't meet Isaiah Thomas, he met Zeke. Yeah,
right.
yeah.
West Side Chicago, yeah.
They had a private conversation after he said that. He pulled up on him and he was like, I'm gonna talk to you, man. Yeah, they went and had a conversation about him talking about some. Yeah, I guess him and Isaiah made a decision, boy. You don't ever put Isaiah Thomas' name into something like that if you ain't talked to him. Chris Paul gonna have to learn who Zeke is.
Yeah. So do you think he pulled up on Charles Oakley, who was not too long ago was on Up in Smoke or whatever this All the Smoke with Steven Jackson and them talking crap about Zeke, you know, giving his little weak take on Zeke of what he said about Michael Jordan. Do you think he probably pulled up on Charles Oakley, or he just say what he had to say because Oakley a big dude?
He already done pulled up on Oak.
You think so?
He already did. I'm telling you, I already know it. Yeah, we already know about that. He ran into Oak. He pulled up on Oak already. They've already had that discussion. So, yeah, he pulled up on Oak. Like Zeke pulls up. Like what they gonna do to Zeke?
Yeah, man. I just like you made me appreciate him more and just the bad boys of what they meant to the league. Cause it's like that about the trying to control the narrative. They could not control the narrative because they had all these not even the Magic fan lovers, but the Bird fan lovers and Michael Jordan fan lovers who gave Zeke this bad look. And it's like, damn, man, he really did so much for the players. And I didn't know that stuff until you know, when you had did a good post and a couple of videos I seen of it. And I was like, damn, I didn't know like Zeke was really going through that. And then I heard it from his own mouth, a lot of stuff as well, of how Zeke kind of like, you know, what he represented for the players. Being was he the president of the Players Association?
Yeah, almost immediately. So he came in the league, and everybody talked about they hated him so much, but they kept voting him back to be the president of the Players.
Yeah. So who ended up finally taking over? Or did Zeke just step down?
Buck Williams took over when he was about to leave. They elected Buck Williams from the Portland Trailblazers at the time. He moved over to that position because Zeke was getting ready to retire. He didn't want to do it no more, and you know it was over. But that's why he's held every position damn near in the NBA.
Yeah.
That's why I'm like, man.
Yeah. Zeke definitely.
Right. I'm like, man, look, Pistons run everything. Joe Dumars is the president of basketball operations. I'm like, look, we run everything, man. Look, we getting it done.
Yeah, I know you love that. I just hate how the Pistons didn't why the Pistons didn't let Zeke become the president, man. Like
Billy Davidson and him got into it. They had a disagreement on the timetable. Isaiah was very progressive, and when they first talked, it was about, you know, the president stepping down, and Jack McCloskey was the GM who built the team, who drafted Isaiah, and the whole team. You know, they was like, okay, he's getting too old. And Isaiah had all these ideas of keeping the team valiant, and Bill Davidson wanted them to wait. And Isaiah's very impatient. when he wanted to have something done, because Isaiah is the type is like, if we have a discussion and we have a plan, we stick to the plan. This is where the goal is going. Don't, once it's time to get to the plan and the date and everything is set up, all of a sudden like, oh yeah, you know, let's just wait again and let's wait. He's like, no, I'm retired now. This is what I'm ready to get into. I'm not going to sit around for 2 years. I'm going to sit around for 2-3 years hoping you do this. That's not what we agreed upon. We agreed about this in like 90, 91, 91, 92, that Isaiah and the owner was tight, hand in hand. So him and Bill Davidson, like, that was his guy, Isaiah, because Isaiah was smart. So he was the president of the Players Union and all of these things. So when the Dream Team was coming around, a lot of people don't realize that the Pistons were on the staff. Like, we were there, not no Michael, the Bulls. The Bulls were nothing. They haven't won anything at the time when they was talking about we going to participate. We were the back-to-back defending world champions. So I'm like, we're the defending world champions. And then when we talking about we finna go into this realm of the NBA, and we just got the new deal with NBC. So now we finna talk the Olympics. So that whole year, when we first got the deal with NBC, the Pistons were the last team to win, because remember, they were on CBS. That was the CBS. Well, you too young to remember, but CBS was the NBA's channel. That was, I loved it. We had Dick Vitale calling games, and next thing you know, we were the last champions of CBS. We won against Portland. That was it. We going into the NBC deal. So that's when it became the whole Dick Ebersol, and it became more of a story. Now, it was great. He did great marketing than what CBS did. CBS is worried more about the game, the sport itself. NBC, Dick Ebersol, he won all these Emmys for all his television programming. So he made it a theme show. Like, the Chicago Bulls and Michael Jordan is the star. Everybody else is the antagonist trying to take down the star, which is Michael Jordan. And they have to be the stars. So it was a program and written in the contract that Chicago Bulls had to play every weekend. Every weekend, that was the feature game, was the Chicago Bulls. And this is 91. They hadn't won anything. I was like, oh, they're not the champions. They hadn't won anything. How are they the feature game every week? They did the whole thing, and I mean, it was beautiful. I'm like, man, this is great. I was all sucked into it.
I mean, Wait, where you put it? I could think that's because they go on TV a lot.
Yeah, hold on 1 second. I'm gonna let you go because I gotta explain this and get this part off. So when Dick Ebersol did that, and they would start talking about we're gonna have the Olympics this year. So now the Olympics is coming. What is the main thing and the main focus that they wanted to concentrate on? And that was, we got to get a committee together. The committee had our general manager, the Pistons, general manager, the president, Bill Davidson. All of these guys was on staff as far as finding the team on who was going to be there. Isaiah was already on the team. He had been an all-star every year he's been in the NBA. There's no other point guard better than him in the world. Magic Johnson was the only one in comparison. So there's no doubt about that. We all knew this was politics that came into play. Now, the whole selection's going down. Isaiah's already on the team. They already know that. So Isaiah was going to be there. Chuck Daly is the coach. So we have our coach is coaching the Dream Team. Our general manager is George McCloskey. He's on the staff that's picking the team, and he's on that whole committee. Our Bill Davidson, our owner, was involved, and it had other people in it, like Jerry Colazzo was in there from the Phoenix Suns, so he was there. There's a lot of other people in this thing, but no Chicago Bulls, not one. No Jerry Krause, nothing. Had nothing to do with the Bulls. The Bulls was out. They had no control, no pull, no nothing. Now, how and what transpired from that into then all came down to the selection day and what happened when Dick Ebersol lost his mind because his performance in his theater act didn't go the way it should have. They were supposed to shake Michael Jordan's hand. I'm like, why? People have walked off the court and hadn't shook each other's hands for years.
Wow.
That they do it now. You see people walk right off the court. They don't shake each other's hand at the end of the game.
Yeah.
They don't do it. LeBron don't do it at all. He beelining straight to the back room.
Without a doubt, yup. He shake no hands of the Denver Nuggets. I ain't see him out there when the Nuggets swept his bum ass.
Nope. And here's the thing. Once Isaiah didn't shake his hand and they started seeing they was doing the selections, all of a sudden Isaiah's name went on the selections anymore when it was mentioned. So the general manager from the Pistons knew it was a problem. And he said, I don't like these conversations where they're going. Because if y'all talking about not putting Isaiah Thomas on the dream team, y'all are going to have a real big problem. And he knew. He said, I will not be a part of that. So he stepped down immediately. He stepped down. He said, I'm down. So the owner left, the general manager left, and the only person that stayed was Chuck Daly.
Damn. Chuck
Daly stayed on to coach the team. Now, here's the thing. Chuck is like, oh, everybody's making a big deal of this. It's all going to work out. Isaiah's going to be on the team. Don't worry about it. Because he was thinking they had alternate selections to pick. And when they picked the team, Clyde Drexler went on it and Isaiah Thomas went on it. And it was like, oh, dude, I would have, at that time, people would have picked Kevin Johnson over John Stockton. So it was like, are you kidding me? John Stockton over KJ? People like, man, y'all crazy. I would have picked KJ. Like, it was a lot of people that wasn't happy with what went down. And a lot of people were like, that just don't make sense. You telling us you said the best in the world, and you taking Stockton. And it's not the knock on Stockton, but Stockton is not Isaiah Thomas at all. So it's like you're messing up the whole foundation of what this is supposed to be about. And now Chuck Daly is staying there because him and Isaiah wasn't really vibing. Now, Isaiah didn't like the fact that you ain't have my back, but I had your back even when you was wrong. And now you mad because I got a relationship with Bill Davidson. He was jealous of that relationship that Isaiah and Bill was so close. He hated that. And Chuck Daly was in for a contract renegotiation with the Pistons. Yeah. And once he did that dream team thing, that was dead in the water. He wasn't coming back. Isaiah and Chuck wasn't really seeing eye to eye that he stayed on the dream team when everybody else walked. Bill Davidson walked, Chuck McCloskey walked, and Chuck Daly stayed. And Chuck Daly was staying because he's like, look, this is going to be history. I want to go there and I want to coach the Olympics and win a championship. I don't care if Isaiah's on the team or not. I'm not going to do this wrapped around Isaiah Thomas and ruin myself for history. And the person they was going to bring in, if he stepped down, was going to be Phil Jackson. The Bulls had just won one championship. Then they go to the last day of selections, and they select Clyde Drexler. And it was official. Isaiah was going to be off the dream team. And that's when they played Utah, and he lit John Stockton up for 40. He hit him with a 40 burger in the Palace. Then they came down to play again, and Chuck Daly was just like, whatever. He just didn't care. At that point, Chuck Daly was not going to be a member of the Detroit Pistons no more. So you got a coach who can't even coach now because now he's a lame duck coach. He's just going through the motions. And this is in 92. Mm-hmm. He knows he's fired at the end of the year. So he's getting ready to leave. It's done. He's gone. Damn. So Chuck Daly is gone in 92. And Isaiah and everybody wanted him out because of what happened. He was not going to be coaching Isaiah no longer past this season. So he went and coached. I was just about to ask you, but I just looked it up. He went and coached for the New Jersey Nets, and because I was like, damn, I remember Chuck Daly leaving the Pistons and then going to coach Derek Coleman, but I wasn't too sure, so I just looked at it. I'm like, yeah, he went over there that long, but I didn't know that took. What you say his name is? Dick Ebersol, whatever his name is. Yeah, Dick Ebersol. So you saying like he was more angry at the story that got messed up a little bit of Isaiah and them not shaking hands with Michael Jordan to make him turn like that though? Like that really bothered
him like that he wanted a story of like the passing of the torch to go like that? Is that why he left off Isaiah, or was it more pushed by Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen?
Michael Jordan is a puppet. Michael Jordan it's not like Jordan's gonna push. Jordan's gonna push more because his agent don't like Isaiah Thomas. Isaiah Thomas cut the money from the agents. He said, why the players got to pay the agents this much? And he won an approval. So the agents' salaries were reduced to a certain percentage. It was lower. And if you seen Michael Jordan's agent, David Falk, the invisible hand, that's what he was known as, the invisible hand. And once Michael Jordan became the biggest thing in basketball, that made that guy even more ruthless. That's why he retired. Well, as soon as Mike retired, he retired. He didn't care about nothing else. That dude he was mean and vicious, and he hated Isaiah because he cut his money. Like, and if you see the movie Air, have you seen the movie Air?
Yeah.
Michael Jordan, when you see him in there, when they had him younger with the hair on his head, he was cursing. He's the guy that was going off. You went through the family, you mother.
I gotta see it. I gotta see that. No, I did. I didn't know. But I remember you mentioned that too. Of the guy of Jordan agent being upset, and it all makes sense though. Everything what you said, it all makes sense of why he would be upset. Because I mean, he able to get so much from Michael Jordan, who's making so much. So, but Isaiah seemed like he was like Suge Knight. You know how Suge Knight get that? You know, everybody wanted this reputation. Isaiah seemed the same way. See, like, man, the way you say how he represent for the players and he stood up for so much and still get this bad reputation because a hater like Michael Jordan. Like, man, I did not know Michael Jordan was hate on Isaiah like that. I wouldn't have been that much of a fan of Michael Jordan. I just would have recognized his greatness, but I wouldn't have been a fan of him because that's weak as hell to me, man. I did not know Zeke was going through that.
I'm living in Chicago. Imagine living in Chicago and ain't rooting for the Bulls. You're rooting for the Detroit Pistons from Chicago. So imagine the scrutiny I had to go through. I went through a hell of a lot of scrutiny. I didn't care about nothing but my Pistons. And you couldn't tell me nothing else. And I was riding with Isaiah. I'm like, Isaiah's from Chicago. And that was the thing. They used to love Isaiah.
Right.
And then when Mike came here, he was the one stopping Chicago from winning. Now it's like they actually got a chance to win something now. And now Isaiah's in the way. So now they hate Isaiah. But Michael Jordan never had a hate for Isaiah. Never. They was always cool. They was at the All-Star games for years. There was no problems. Michael Jordan is just a puppet. And when David Falk was telling him what to do and say, he did it. Falk was, we don't want Isaiah on the dream team because it's going to ruin the camaraderie. And I'm like, no, you go with an All-Star weekend with this guy. You ain't never had a problem with Isaiah. You been around, he never. Isaiah Thomas family members was living with Michael Jordan when he came here. He never had a problem with Isaiah. Isaiah was he voted for Isaiah to be the president of the Players Union every year. So how is Isaiah Thomas gonna ruin the camaraderie? He's the president of the Players Union. You think he's gonna do something crazy out there? Like, he's not even that type of person. So I'm like, why in the world would you do that? It was political. So Jordan said, well, if he's on the team, I'm not playing. Now, the whole thing was designed for Michael Jordan to play in the Olympics, to showcase Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan was gonna play. This was all his game. This was all his scheme. If Michael Jordan didn't play in that dream team and they went out and won the gold without Mike, Mike would have never lived it down. He was gonna play because Jerry Krause had Tony Kukoc playing, and he paid Tony all that money, and Tony wasn't coming for years. He had to play out his contract overseas, and then he was coming there, and he paid him more than Scottie Pippen. So Jordan was mad that, Jerry Krause said this guy's better than me. He was the European Michael Jordan, Tony Kukoc. Oh, you knew Michael Jordan was going to play on the dream team then. You know, there's no way he was going to sit that out. So all of them talking about, well, I'm going to need my rest, but get ready for the NBA season. Dick Evans was like, this messes up everything. I want to know my program. Isaiah, don't think get rid of Isaiah. He messed up. They blocked off the court. It's supposed to be a passing of the torch. Lose his mind because he was like soap opera shows.
Man, everything makes sense. Like everything of you saying makes sense, and I love what. Have,
And
have
they
you?
ended that.
Yeah. Have you seen the interview? It was an interview. Well, I think wasn't Andre Iguodala on. Was he on Gilbert Arenas podcast? It was somebody podcast he was just on, and he was kind of saying what you kind of saying about the whole that theory part of this storyline. And Iguodala was talking about how when he was with the Sixers, he was telling the young guys that he knew that they weren't going to beat the Celtics like in 2008. He said, and it was in the first round. I remember they did go 7 games, and they had I forgot damn what's dog name, man. The other player they had over there, but he was saying he was talking to him. What's his name? Evans? Dang, I forgot his name, man. He played for Ohio State, I believe. But the other guy who was on the Sixers was mentioning it as well. He was like, yeah, man, when Iguodala and the other old heads on the team was like, we're not winning today. We're not about to beat the Boston Celtics because that's not what the storyline they want to push. They want LeBron to play the Celtics, and we will mess all that up of us, moving to the next round to play the Cavs. And I was like, yeah, the way Iguodala said it was like, yeah, I know the storylines because I really believe that the Golden State Warriors were supposed to lose to the Houston Rockets, but the way that they supposed to lost on a play, but I felt like the NBA made that call, and the referees was just letting so many blown calls of James Harden getting fouled on the 3-point line in that 2018 conference finals. They was gonna mess the money up, and I was like, yup, they didn't want James Harden against LeBron James in the 2018 finals. I was like, yeah, it makes sense. It's a storyline. Same what you were saying with NBC, how they were doing it, pushing Michael Jordan, because I just didn't feel like, I know Michael Jordan was great. I just didn't feel like the Bulls were that great of a team where they just beating all the teams in the East, even that New York Knicks team. I was like, now that makes sense. I just believe the Knicks, that 93 Knicks team, I think I've always felt like they was better than that Bulls team that year. But I just felt like they maybe, it was just one in the storyline for Patrick Ewing on the win that year.
Oh, well, the Patrick Ewing situation, that they didn't know how to win. They would have the game won and blow it. Like, if you go back and watch those games, you'd be like, man, they always a basket away.
Yeah, Charles Smith breaking all those shots. Man, that was just crazy. But I mean, I know the storyline of this year is going to be for, LeBron finally turning 40 years old. And yeah, let's see how far he's going to go. Like, the Lakers got so many games on national TV. It's just like,
they got about 40 of them.
Yep, I seen it. They got more games than the Nuggets. I think that they still a team that's fun to watch. I mean, I ain't like the fact that they ain't re-signed Bruce Brown, but that's Bruce Brown. Like, he want to go make some money with the Pacers, get that bag. But
he want to get his bag, and it's great to win. You won the championship, so now it's time to get up out of there. You done your part already, so now it's like, all right, it's time for us to bounce. We did that. Now let's get the money. Because in the end of the day, it's like championship rings ain't gonna feed your family. So
no doubt.
So you don't have to get your money, and that's what Melo did. He got his money. Like, he was like, all right, Brian, I ain't finna join y'all in Miami. I ain't with that. I ain't about leaving money on the table. That's a
definitely don't. That would have been like 50 million he would have left off the table, wouldn't it? Like, maybe like close to like 50 plus to sign with the Heat. Nah.
Yeah, he would have lost $50 million. And they were like, oh, you gonna make that back. Think of legacy. I can't beat legacy, bro. A lot of people got a lot of good legacy, and they broke as hell. I've seen a lot of those.
Yeah. And a lot of people kind of like, a lot of people try to down Melo for not having a championship. My whole thing is, when you look at it and hear how the people talk, I feel like people go look at Melo the way they go look at Melo, but you hear how his peers speak on him. That's all that matters, man. Because I mean, we all got opinions, but when you hear people speak on Melo saying he's the toughest player to guard, man, people mean that. Paul George, he was like, man, I think that's probably the satisfaction that you can get as a player, as a star player like Melo, because everybody keep on forgetting what type of rookie year he had. Like he had just as much as pressure as LeBron James. But everybody they want to get him rookie of the year. Like, how he get rookie of the year? This man won 40. I think they won 44 games. They did a whole turnaround of won 20 plus games from the year prior. And this man leading his team and scoring as a rookie. And y'all want to give this storyline and tell us that LeBron James, who didn't even make it to the playoffs, was like a 9th or 12th seed in the East. You want to tell us that LeBron had a better year than Carmelo Anthony, and he's in the West? Oh yeah, all right, okay.
Now, here's the thing. Melo thing was this. He was rookie of the month, like every month. How you gonna be rookie of the month every month and not get rookie of the year?
That's crazy.
So
that's crazy.
Politics. LeBron was, and that's the thing. Nobody was against LeBron. We knew what he was. He's a 18-year-old kid. Coming in there. So no one's really expecting him to be, okay, you got to dominate. It was like, okay, good. He playing good enough to be on the court where he don't look bad, like awful. It's like cool. He's a transition basketball player. That's what he is. Black top transition game. He's in the open court. Go. Half court game is problem. Let's do that. But he had room to grow. I was sitting there rooting for him, because everybody was saying, well, we got to get rid of this high school project thing. Why paying these kids to sit around? They're going to sit around for 3-4 years until they get good. Why don't they just go to college? Why do we got an NBA, got to babysit them? And I'm like, look, man, this dude's generating a lot of money. They putting a lot of backing behind this kid. He's 17, 18. He's handling it pretty well. Now I'm like, for a 17, 18-year-old, they normally don't handle this well. That's a lot of pressure on him. He's like loving it. He's loving the attention. He's in the commercials. I'm ready. And I'm like, man, they are really going all out.
They definitely did. I remember that summer of 2002 when they was pushing LeBron, and it's coming home from school, and they promote LeBron, and it's a high school game about to come on TV. That tripped me out. That tripped me out with my friends of us being in school and like, man, y'all watching that game tonight, man? Like, man, the LeBron James dude I'm talking about out of nowhere. We in high school, like, man, this dude. Hold on, man. This dude is a dude. He about to be on ESPN named LeBron James. I'm talking about LeBron name just got the like. It was like almost like how 50 Cent came out of nowhere. It was like, damn, who is this LeBron James guy? And they was pushing LeBron for ESPN, like, and I just like, man, y'all think LeBron James about to be better than they was comparing him to star players like Tracy McGrady. I was like, man. Talking to my friends like, y'all smoke crack, man. What is wrong with y'all, man? We talk about Tracy McGrady, and okay, Tracy McGrady came out straight out of high school, but he 23 now, man. Y'all think LeBron is LeBron kid about to be man. But they was pushing him. ESPN definitely pushed LeBron like no other. I think they trying to do that for the one kid from the Spurs, Wemby, but I think they need to try to fall back on putting so much pressure on him, because it's like that pressure is like no other. We haven't seen that since. I don't even think Zion got this much push more than Wemby is getting. I think LeBron was first, and then I see Wemby has been this. They pushing him to be like this great Kareem. Like, he's not going to be Kareem. He's not. He's going to be similar to Porzingis, and that's what we're going to get unless he just get bigger and then get much stronger. Well, much stronger, I'll say. But I just don't see Wemby being like Porzingis, better than Porzingis, what we seen from Porzingis, because I think he a solid player. He just get injured a lot.
I believe that, but Porzingis he's already set in what he's going to be. He's injury prone. He's injured now. He's going to get injured in the season. He's going to get injured the whole time around.
Yeah, I don't see the I don't see
That's
see
his,
the Celtics.
that's his thing, man.
Yeah, I don't really see the Celtics really making no big impact with him. I just see them just being able to stay within that top 3 seed, top 4 seed. But I just don't think Porzingis go get them over the top. I mean, he'll a pick and pop type big man off the pick and roll, and I mean he can only do so much. He get a few shot blocks, but I don't think Porzingis is gonna make no bigger impact that he would on any other team. But the Celtics, I see them being a top 4 seed again in the East. Them losing Marcus Smart and the one kid Williams to the Celtics, to the Mavs, is going to hurt them pretty much. They're not going to have that toughness.
Well, Marcus Smart was one of the best things they had as far as keeping them together, but if Brogdon's going to be healthy, they try to get rid of Brogdon.
Mm-hmm.
It's too messed up, but I'm telling you, at this point, the Celtics did lose their core guy that was coming up big for them when they come up small. They are missing their toughness, though.
Yeah, and Grant Williams. Grant Williams. Yep.
And he hit some big shots for them, too, down the stretch. So, yeah, they missing it. It's time for Tatum them to grow up. I mean, this is it.
With that said, like, why would they get Porzingis and they got Robert Williams? What do you think they gonna do with him? Because, like, is Porzingis just gonna be at the top of the key while big fella is down there?
You got another big owl, So, Porzingis has been playing more, like going to the point, helping out. So it's supposed to help out Robert Williams to not put so much pressure on Robert Williams. But that guy was good on the boards. You had a guy that can help you out on rebound, defense. He was somebody who would suffice and playing solid defense and locking down on people. That's one thing I missed about him. He was a difference maker. When he come in the game, Robert Williams would be a difference maker. And him being hurt in that finals, that really hurt Boston against Golden State.
Yeah, I hate it. I wanted to see a competitive series all the way to 7 games. I wanted that one to go 7.
That game was competitive. I mean, that finals was competitive. Like every game was almost like it could go either way. Like Golden State ended up choking the game that they had won.
Mm-hmm.
Boston came back and took the game, and they had one game. Boston jagged the game. They was winning the game heavily and lost at the crib. So it was a back and forth. And like the last 3 minutes of the game, a lot of those games came down to the last 3 minutes.
Mm-hmm. Real good series. Better than seeing LeBron play again, because Lord have mercy, I was just hoping that the Nuggets didn't choke that game. I don't know if it was game 2 when they was at home and it looked like they was about to give that lead up. Because I was like, if the Lakers don't get a game in Denver, I say they not winning the series. And when they get one of those first 2 games, I say, yep. Yeah, we don't get to see LeBron in the finals. Thank you. I just knew then.
We don't get to see him in the yes. Thank you.
Thank you. They keep pushing this 39-year-old bald. This motherfucker that's going bald, man. They keep pushing him, man. Like, man, why y'all got some star players, man. Why don't y'all talk about the kid from the Timberwolves, man? Talk about that. Come on, man. Can we get some type of push of Anthony Edwards and other young dudes that's doing their thing out here? Because that's gonna give them confidence. That like what kind of brand are y'all pushing?
Points. He's on course right now. If Anthony Edwards plays 18 years in the league, he will beat the scoring record.
Yeah.
Already. And I'm like, Luka ain't gonna play that long, but if Luka does, Luka break all the records. He's already beat LeBron, and when LeBron at this point in his career, Luka's already done more than him.
Yep. Luka just got to stay on. Yeah, you're right. Because I don't see Luka playing that long. Man. Unless he got to win the championship.
Luka look like his rookie year now. You see, he done got slim.
Yeah, that's my guy. That guy, he's special, man. He got that like with Bird, man. He just made things look easy out there.
Oh, this guy said race baiting comment. Isaiah never made a comment about Larry Bird. Dennis Rodman made that comment.
Right.
Uh-oh, make it sleep.
Man, some people just, man, they just say shit just to be saying it though, man. Like, see, I was seeing somebody, they was talk like how they talk, how the new generation of kids, they watch basketball be trying to down talk Paul Pierce, and I'm like, man, like y'all kids, y'all just kids, man. Y'all don't know how much of a problem Paul Pierce was.
Exactly.
Man, it's a shame that y'all don't, man. That y'all know more about Dwayne Wade only because he played aside of LeBron James, but man, Paul Pierce, that guy, even when he had Antoine Walker, he was a problem. But
yeah, that's a main fact that you just brought up right now. Because that's how I felt about it. Paul Pierce was the truth, and he never had the team around him. Like he said, if he had 25, you give him Bosh, LeBron, D-Wade, like, are you kidding? Like, if you give him like okay, let's say Wade had LeBron and Bosh, right? You give Paul George, LeBron and Bosh. And how many rings do he win at 25? You know what I'm saying? Like Paul Pierce, they gonna win every year. I'm like, they gonna win every year or every other year. They gonna have way more than two out of 4. Are you kidding? And I'm like, they shouldn't even win. Like one of those years or 2 of those years, they shouldn't have went. The Bulls should have beat them.
Yeah, I hated that. I think you put, like you said, you put Brian and Chris Bosh on a much older Paul Pierce team, on that Celtics team at 31. I still think they get past. I think they beat the Spurs both times. They beat the Mavs because Dwayne Wade was the best player on the court outside of Dirk Nowitzki in that 2011 finals. I think Paul Pierce, he get past the Mavs, he get past the, what I'm saying, whoever you want to, whatever Western Conference team, if he got LeBron and Chris Bosh. So I don't understand. People don't understand why people say Paul Pierce is better than Dwayne Wade. Like, to me, I don't feel like he way better, not skill wise, but as a player, if we going off playoffs, if you say, man, get a starting 5 and you got Dwayne Wade and Paul Pierce out there, I'm taking Paul Pierce because I know for sure he's not gonna get hurt. One, he ain't gonna get hurt, or he go play through that, and then he just clutch. I think 6'8" over 6'3" any day. No.
Yeah, I mean, my thing is, if we gonna do D Wade versus Paul Pierce, who's the better player? It's Paul Pierce. There's no question about it. I mean, they're 2 different type of players. Paul Pierce played a wing, and that's where he played. Like D Wade he was a wing player, but he wasn't. He was more of a point guard than he was a wing player. And his thing is PG liked to be on the wing. I mean, not PG, but Paul Pierce, he liked to be on the wing, and he worked the wing. He's the best wing player probably in history. Post game, shooting ability. D Wade couldn't shoot the basketball like Paul Pierce could. Paul could shoot from anywhere on the court.
Yeah, on that elbow, man. When he always picked his spots. He always picked he's not about to stop Paul Pierce from getting to his spot because he's going to be as patient as he won't at his move at his own pace. He'll get to his shot, and you just better hope he just missed because it's about to be a problem the whole game. That man ain't dropped 40. He dropped 48 on LeBron. I love that because I was in a house full of LeBron fans that 2008 Game 7. And it just to see the faces on them looking like, man, and Paul Pierce he was still a young man. And it was like, man, he working LeBron getting his points, but LeBron getting his points with because he got to. Because I mean, who else is about to be shooting? Mo Williams wasn't really doing too much, I don't believe. But I just was laughing like, yeah, this is for the Pistons right here. That's what I was thinking because LeBron had just put out the Pistons. I was like, yeah. This right here is for the Pistons right here, because that motherfucking son of a man said put us out. See, no, I was so mad. We had to go the whole summer hearing about this motherfucker scoring 29 of his team last 30 points. I say, man, listen. When he do
that year he did that, they went to the finals because that was the Eastern Conference Finals game. Because I was there when we put the Bulls out. I was at that elimination game. So that game was over because I met my cousin down there and everything. So when I got down there, I had all these tickets and everything, man. I went and brought my boys. I met my cousin. He was there. And when I got there, we went down to the court side. And we all got a chance to chill with my cousins and everybody. And when we got there, man, I saw Chauncey, I saw the team. And that's the picture I got upstairs.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I had all the Bulls fans mad as hell. They was, guys, like, I could watch this game at home. I'm like, well, you should have. I knew y'all was eliminated when PJ Brown was scoring all the points. I was like, at halftime, I said, oh, this is over. It was why we're getting production out of PJ Brown. He's the leading scorer. I was like, yep, y'all do. I was like, now PJ Brown gonna believe this is my night. So when the game get close down the stretch, which is gonna get close, watch what I tell you. Now the people that normally get down, PJ Brown gonna be like, yo, give me the ball. And he gonna be doing stuff he usually don't do at the end of the game. And now y'all gonna see that because PJ Brown been hot. Now he gonna take shots he normally wouldn't take. And sure enough, he had like all his points in the first half. I think in the second half, he had like 2. The whole second half. I was like, he had like 16 points or something like in the first half. And they both scored off. And I was like, dude, this is fool's gold. PJ Brown is not supposed to be hitting these shots. And y'all ain't supposed to be going through PJ Brown. Trust me. Y'all making this person.
Right, so goddamn PJ, man. Nah. I just didn't like
yeah, when you get down to it, it's over.
Like I hate
D Wade and get Agent Zero. Oh, please. Agent Zero don't have a prayer against D Wade.
Nah.
See, D Wade was a better defender than Paul George. Like he had better, like all around defense, two-way playing. Paul could guard, he played defense too, but he wasn't as athletic as D Wade. D Wade was athletic. You would think D Wade is about 6'6".
Yeah.
But 6'3". So he just played big, you know, and he had speed. That's how he got the flash and all that. He had that cross. And he can get to the next level, but man, he was light years better than LeBron. They knew that from summer league. That's hard. It's hard to even find that summer league.
It's that Chicago. He got that. D Wade had that Chicago style to his game. You know, saying similar to Derrick Rose, and like y'all style is just they just go, man. If you look at Zeke, you look at Tim Hardaway, like that Chicago style is just raw. It's just like you on the blacktop. And when you look at the way Dwayne Wade play style, the way he played, it kind of stopped him from playing as long as LeBron because of how he played, but he always was on the go, man. That dude was very difficult to keep. You see, nobody really could stop him because when he I think his handles got a little better, and D Wade just was hard to just like when you see players can't stay in front of him. Like D Wade just he lived up to that name, Flash. Like for real, his first until he had got hurt with that shoulder injury, man. He was constantly just blowing past everybody. That's probably why he got his knees so bad, and that's the only thing that stopped D Wade from winning. I think he's supposed to have 4 or 5 rings playing with LeBron. I think he could have led them if he ain't had that knee injury in 2011 and then into 2014 we had that bad knee. I think D Wade would have led them and LeBron wouldn't have this narrative about how great he is because we would have seen more of the story about how great D Wade was, how he lifted the Heat. But now you know how the storyline is now. LeBron was the one that lifted the Miami Heat, but healthy Dwayne Wade, oh yeah, I definitely believe so that he would have the storyline would have been different.
Oh, definitely. What's up, Mac Mizzle?
Yeah, I already know. Salute. So what's the topic? Well, I know the topic, but what y'all was just talking about? D Wade said what?
Yeah, we were talking about PG versus D Wade, and that's what we were speaking on about how if D Wade went there and like who was better. Like D Wade is to me still with no knees. He can't even jump. He better than LeBron. I'm picking D Wade right now, and D Wade ain't played. I'll be like, give me D Wade. Shoot, over LeBron. You think Kobe would? I'll be like, what would Kobe do? Kobe taking D Wade. Everybody would, because it's like, man, that's what ruined LeBron's relationship with Kobe. You ran.
He ran, did. He did run still.
Yeah, you ran.
That would have made it like that would have made Kobe a bigger star, you know.
It ain't like the Cavs didn't go out and get people for LeBron. Exactly. You know, it wasn't like they said, well, we ain't going to get you no help. All they did was get you some help. And you was winning 60 games, almost 70 games and losing in the first round. Come on now. Stop it.
Oh, man, LeBron's awesome. Yo, I'm going for the money, you know what I'm saying? I was watching something about Antonio Daniels. He has a show on Sirius XM with the NBA show, whatever.
Yeah.
XM, NBA. And he's talking about these players rather get their second contract rather than a championship right now, you know, because it's more about the money than anything else. So
yeah, they getting smart. I mean, who would you rather be, Carmelo Anthony or Robert Horry? I would rather be Carmelo.
Or John Sally, or you know,
right. But I'm like, Sally got championships too, right? But I'm just like, a ring is cool. But if you ain't the person that was the generator of winning them, Robert Horry hit a lot of big shots, but you know, he won MVP of no NBA finals he was in.
Right,
and he got 7 of them. So it becomes, who would you rather be in that situation? Melo, he getting $100 million deals. Ain't nobody finna come with that with Horry. You know, Horry blew that. That's what made the Lakers dynasty what it was. Like, they traded him out of Phoenix. So Houston dumped him immediately. Houston ain't waste no time. They dumped Robert Horry and they got rid of Cassell. They got those 2 championships. After they didn't 3-peat, they got rid of everybody. They ain't signed nobody back. They was like, y'all about. And Sam Cassell was on a rookie deal. So Sam was already good. They didn't want to spend no money. And that's when Drexler and them got up out of there. I mean, Drexler was already I think he was retiring after that. After that second year, win it the next year.
I think the league don't want to pay these guys. That's the thing.
No, the Rockets didn't want to pay.
The Rockets. Yeah, when Michael Jordan came back and won, they sent Sam Cassell and Horry away. Yeah,
Horry took a big deal with Phoenix. So, and Danny Ainge went from a player and who didn't like Robert Horry anyway when he was playing. They got into it. Then he went to being the coach. That's how quick it was. Danny Ainge was a player in the league, and the next year he was assistant coach.
Next year he was coach. Yeah,
and other sons. And then he ended up becoming the head coach.
Right.
And then I was like, man, dude stepped down, and Danny Ainge became the head coach. And then that's when he threw the towel in Danny Ainge's face. You know, him and Robert Horry never got along, but Robert Horry was playing bad.
I remember that.
That's what people don't realize. That Horry was playing bad all season long.
Nah, but it's crazy.
So when Horry was playing bad all season long, that happened. Right. These dudes never had any inkling about anything can go wrong. So when they were sitting there coming up with all these different observations on who could do what, they were sitting there like, man, we got to trade him. And they traded Robert Horry to the Lakers. And that was it. And that's how they got the deal to get Horry out of there. And he went to the Lakers, and the rest was history. But
they traded him for Frederick Sabotage.
But Kobe was like Rick. People don't remember Rick Fox was there the whole time, but Rick Fox was a Celtic.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And they had Allah Abdenabi and Rick Fox. And I was like, y'all don't remember Allah Abdenabi? I was like, how y'all don't remember that? Dude name was Allah Abdenabi. I'm like, I'm never forgetting that dude name.
I don't remember him, man.
They probably don't remember his face, but they probably remember his face, but they don't remember his name.
Yeah, somebody check it out too, man. The 19, they probably had to been a 95 team, right? The 95 Celtics.
Yeah, they had Allah Abdenabi.
That was, oh my God. When I see Dominique and he was in the Celtics uniform, he had number 12 on, I said, ugh, no.
Yeah, that didn't look right at all.
No.
That was terrible. I was like, this looks awful. But,
I'm like, at least you could have let him wear 21, but I understood because 21 was retired.
yep, he played at Duke. You're right. Allah Abdenabi. Man, all them Indian people were losing their mind. We made it. Got one in the league.
Wow.
Allah Abdenabi, baby, over there with Boston. And Rick Fox. Man, Rick Fox, that dude it didn't never look like Rick Fox was running ever. Like running up and down the court, like he walked up and down the court every time.
Yeah. He couldn't do that his own pace. Yeah.
He waits like.
Right. He'll hit a shot once or twice, and I just knew his career. He was too busy loving the ladies.
Yeah.
It was like, man, this dude is so busy wanting to be a model. His basketball skills are falling off a little bit.
Yeah. He working on posturing for poses and stuff. And next thing you know, his game then fell off. He didn't get all fat.
Didn't do nothing but just stay in that corner, wait for Shaq, wait for Kobe to pass the ball to him.
And then I remember one time when he cut it. I remember one time when he cut his hair off. He was bald. I was like, yo, no.
Yeah. When he was bald Fox and they saw the wrinkles on his head, they were like, oh God. Girl, your hair. And that was Scotty. Scotty did that time. Scotty had cut his hair like all the way and went bald and had this. And they were like, I know the whole team that went bald. The whole team went bald, but you grow your hair back.
Yeah. That was that 94 year. That was that 94 year.
Yeah, it's like, dog, his head looked like a prune. Everybody like, oh God, I know we know you got our back. Just grow your stuff. Wear a headband to cover up some of that.
It's like some people just don't look good bald. It's like, nah.
He was messing with Vanessa Williams. They were like married with kids. He was messing with Vanessa Williams. When he got busted at the Playboy Mansion after they won the championship.
God damn.
You ever get busted like they doing an interview with somebody and Rick Fox is in the back of the whole interview. He like got 2 bars. I'm like,
Rick Fox
I'm like, who would go live from the Playboy Mansion? I'm like, and the Lakers won the championship. We're at the Playboy Mansion. And Rick Fox in the background, like, getting down with it. They were like, wait a minute. Is that Rick Fox? But people was watching that like, dog, Rick Fox busted his own stuff out. Man,
and
got rid of him.
And I always say, everybody was like, man, what do you think it went wrong with Derek Fisher? I said, yeah, he started hanging around Rick Fox and all them dudes. Went up there and Playboy Mansion and that messed him up. He ain't been right since.
Nah, that didn't mess him up. That made him a better player.
Dude, they were all out there. Kobe just
only person that really wasn't mingling with the ladies probably was AC Green.
We already knew about Shaq. So Shaq had already been out there, so that wasn't new.
Man, they already knew about him, dog.
Oh no!
I'm still watching the Irv Gotti video from last night. Oh, you got a lot to catch up on, man.
Man, I gotta catch that too, man.
No, I can never.
I
But
had mentioned that
hold
too.
on,
Yo, Herb Gotti is the worst. He's just
hold on,
Man,
hold
glorifying
on. I got to
vanity.
say this. I got to say this one. See though, I can never listen to that song ever again. Cause every time I hear that, every time you do that DMX, that part, I just hear that. Every time I hear that line, I just bust out laughing.
Oh, what that the one where he's talking about Jigga?
Yeah,
Oh,
I can't listen to that part. Every time I hear that part, I just laugh. I'm like,
look at these off-brand niggas rapping, yapping, talking about they be holding figures as big as Jigga. That's that bullshit. Yeah.
what was
Like
that?
that line right there cracks me up.
But what was that supposed to be a diss towards who when he said that?
that was a diss towards God.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Hold on. I'm gonna take this call. Hold on. Yo. What's up? I'm live. All right. Call over. Yeah, man, that was crazy, man. I was like, that song was rolling. Because John was in that dude's, I mean, he was in that. I think that was a Source magazine. He was boasting. I get paid more money than Jigga anyway. But he was salty. He was salty because they were supposed to do that album together. And like the Murder INC album. But that's because he was listening to Gotti. That's why, and this is what I was talking about in that video that I did. But yeah, that video I did in my boy crib, remember the one where I was talking about LeBron and top, and that thing went viral and all on social media. I'm on TikTok everywhere talking about LeBron and 100. Yeah, so the whole interview, we put that up today. So people got to see it like the whole.
Yeah, like that. You got the fanboys. I was on Twitter, man, and somebody had posted that snippet of you saying that shit about LeBron, but they was kind of like trying to say, yeah, you got the haters like this, right? That was the tweet.
Yeah.
Somebody was, I was like, they just basically seen on you the face of the hater of a LeBron hater of a LeBron hater.
Right there to accept the trophy every year. The nominations are Skip Bayless. Cena for life. And the winner is Cena for life.
Yeah, for sure.
I grabbed my Pookie Award. They be in the Pookie goes too. I'll be right there. Thank you. Oh man, it's been a tough year, man. You know, hating LeBron this long has been a long, hard struggle, but we still keep up the good work.
Yep.
Guys, work is a hard job.
Yeah, and see, you got to shout out Savannah. You got to give her a shout out.
I'll give a shout out to Savannah James.
Hey, I know LeBron when he heard the stuff you say about him, man. I can't imagine. Like I know he just
You know,
like
LeBron's gonna find you in a dark alley and fight you.
Turn it off. But I wonder what he was if he was hearing you like that when you did that live at the game when the Lakers came to Chicago.
He heard me. He was sitting right there. He heard everything, especially when he walked to the back. Y'all ain't get to hear that. Y'all ain't get to hear that because he got to walk back. That's when I got the warning. Oh, he heard me.
That's probably one of my favorite videos, man.
You need to retire. The game don't need you. It was bad.
God, I would love. I did want to go to that Lakers game when they came here. I went to the Brooklyn Nets game though when they came in.
Oh, man. That's that bull. That kills me every time. That's why Jay was in the video the whole time, man.
Yeah. Whole did appear on the screen.
That's
So
why when you talked about Nas playing Herb Gotti, it's like even I would have said like, nigga, is you stupid? You talking about going to the hood in Baltimore? Have you seen The Wire? Baltimore cats don't like New York dudes.
That's biggest jigger. Look at Jay in the video.
yeah, he had to show. Yeah, Joe Camel had to show his face, and now he normally don't appear in nobody's video.
Bro, you talk about you holding more, you making more money than who? Me?
Yeah, that's what Jay was. Man, boy, you don't ever say that. Bullshit.
And that was DMX basically saying, like, bro, I know you ain't making more money.
Yeah. Look at all these old friends. And Ja came right back. Ja came
And the song, wait a minute. I think when you said the hook, I was like, wait a minute, wasn't that song on the Next Friday soundtrack?
That's on the Murderers.
Hold on, Ja had replied back. Was it a song that I didn't even know that line was directed at him, but he had a song replying back to Hov.
Yeah, he came right back at them for that because it was on at that point. So he came back with the Murderers album. See, the Murderers album was supposed to be Murder INC album, but it ended up becoming the Murderers, and it was just Ja Rule and the rest of them other dudes.
Yeah.
So it was like,
Mitsubishi and Crack Child. They always gonna have that name.
And I never thought we could be at a love lost, but you showed me love ain't balls. Feel the force, this young horse known as Brew, and I still get more paper than Jigger for my youth.
Oh, what track was that?
Y'all pussies ain't gonna stop my flow. I don't love you hoes. I'm out the dope. Word up.
I didn't know that. What the hell was I at, man? I won't really listen to too much.
The crazy part, Herb told this story. Herb gave DMX a beat, and he was like, I'm gonna give you a beat. And he was like, he hears the song, and he was like, oh, here we go. X on the bullshit. And the song that he's talking about is the song he did with the Locks.
Yep.
And he was like, oh, here you go, X on the bullshit. And then he played it for Ja, and he was like, Ja got heated. Ja got mad.
Was just a mini DMX, that's all. Mini DMX.
Ja was like, oh, we go, you know what? I ain't doing no more records, no more. I'm fucking with the bitches now. And that's when he came out with the next album, and that's when you saw with the braids, and you was like, wait a minute, I thought this dude was bald headed.
Yeah, he was mad. That was what I told you. He was mad. Everybody was talking about, Pac and all that. Y'all be like Pac and blah, 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 blah. So he got tired of hearing that. He grew his up.
Yeah. Similar to what Kobe did. Similar to what Kobe did when Kobe had the low cut when he first got in the league.
That's why he started out with the low cut. Then he was bald headed. Then everybody was like, "Oh, you tried to be like Jordan." And then the next year he came back and he had the fro.
Yep. With his own identity. But Ja Rule, he came out with the bandana with his shirt off. Like, nigga, the first time I ever seen you, nigga, you look like a fake imitation of Tupac. I was like, man, nah. Who's this nigga? talking about ain't even a question, I'm a dope, whatever he was saying on that song, man. I'm like, man, who is this nigga, man? Jay-Z, you disrespectful. I ain't know too much. I just like, man, Jay-Z got this fake ass Tupac talking about, man, can I get a what? Like, oh hell no. So I mean, Ja Rule bought that on himself, but him sounding like DMX. I mean, when you listen to it, when you listen to his music, his first album, you know, you heard some Ja like his originality, but still like those little prayer songs a little bit. You kind of would be like, yeah, man, he copying X a little bit. It's like it's kind of like it was too easy to spot though. I don't know how Ja Rule didn't notice that. Like I don't know.
I remember when John tried to bark up the wrong tree. He tried to go after Busta Rhymes. I said, "What the hell was you thinking?"
Yeah, but that was the thing because Bus was on there singing the hook. It got Bus singing the same old hook. John, man, that's how I get John. John didn't back down from nobody.
Oh yeah, he went at Marshall and he smoked Marshall, man. I just wish we was able to see so much because he called Eminem out, and this is something that people seen this type of shit, but Ja spoke on it, him being a cross dresser, him wearing these wigs and him wearing these do-rags. You ain't gonna never have waves. That was the most masterful diss song that nobody really want to give somebody credit for. That's how bad.
I got to say is after that Greenland mixtape, Ja Rule was stupid. He was done.
Murder, you know what it is. Murder. Oh, see.
But why? Hold on, I just discovered something though.
Do-rag for? You're never gonna have waves. You're never gonna know black pain.
Black pain.
The next white rapper slain. Just get your money,
man. Hey. Oh my God, and he bite them niggas' heads off. I mean, called Dr. Dre, Andre, gay Dre Young. Man, I was like, oh my God, man, Ja spazzing on these niggas, man. People did want to be on
there. Your mama's a crackhead and Kim is a known slut. What you think Haley gonna be when she grows up? Murder!
And that was the mistake. That was the mistake Ja Rule made. I say you should have never went there.
Yep. But he should have went there though, because when you look at it,
Ja playing the 48 laws of power, had nothing to do with the situation. Eminem wasn't even with Ja.
Yeah, but they signed the problem. Like Ja, I felt like he thought he was Pac. You not hit him up, Pac, man. He should have left Marshall alone. Not gonna lie, but I just like the fact that he was like, "Fuck that! I'm going against the grain. I'm going against the system." He went against the machine of Jimmy Iovine, and it was just like Ja Rule.
You don't mess with him, and then next thing you know, here come the feds, the investigation. It's like, and Jay-Z knew it was coming and didn't want him. Jay was like.
Good. I want them to fall.
He was on the same floor and everything. He was like, we'll come in next Tuesday. All of us. Day off next Tuesday. I'm serious. The doors will be locked. Nobody. What's happening next Tuesday? It's just paid vacation. Everybody.
Basically telling them, don't come to the office. Don't do it.
It was weird. Gotti was like, I'm there like wondering, like, where the hell is everybody? We the only one working this weekend. Like this.
And I'll tell you, who did they go after first? Did they go after Death Row first?
No, not really, because they already had Suge right where they wanted him.
Yeah, Suge was just getting out of.
Like Suge did himself. Yeah. He kept with Dre. It's like Dre is getting bigger, and they got the machine. And once you start messing with M and Dre, you in trouble. And then they doing an NWA movie, you gonna go to set trying to debo stuff, man. It's like, dog, that stuff ain't working no more. You ain't got that kind of pull no more. It's like these dudes are murderers.
Like they tried that. I think he tried. Didn't he try that with Akon? And one of Akon's guys knocked him out.
Yeah, that was a very brutal time. That's when the thing was starting to fall down. Like they didn't grab
That's
that
what
guy.
everybody was like. That was like everybody was like. That's what everybody was like, bro. We not scared of you no more.
Yeah, it was gone bad at that time. But
See, no, do you think with Suge going after Dr. Dre, we already know why. Do you think